What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the stream, guys. Appreciate you being here. As always, man, 6-game Wednesday slate. Got some news that came out during the day. This is shaping up to be another, pretty chalky slate. There's some clear value plays now with the news that we did get in the afternoon. We have some value on Boston. We have some value on the Pelicans. On the Boston side, Marcus Smart got ruled out. Kemba Walker got ruled out. Robert Williams is out. Plus, we already know Jaylen Brown's out. So this Celtics team going to be really shorthanded. Jason Tatum and Evan Fournier, I think, just get a ton of usage tonight and are guys I like a lot. And then value-wise, these guards are going to have to play some minutes. So, Peyton Pritchard, Aaron Naismith, these are guys I'm looking to for value. They're super cheap on Draftkings. So they're guys I like for value now. We'll talk about them more in a second. On the Pelican side, Lonzo Ball got ruled out along with Zion and Ingram. So, guys like NAW, Eric Bledsoe, I think, get a nice boost. We could maybe see Kyra Lewis play more minutes. He's super cheap, 3,300. I like Kyra Lewis for value now. The Lakers, basically their entire team is questionable. I'm assuming that most of these guys play, but we could maybe get some value from the Lakers depending on who's in or out. LeBron, AD are both questionable. I think everyone else is probable, though, except Caruso is questionable. But that's big news. I'd assume those guys play. But that's probably it. I think our main value now is coming from the Celtics, coming from the Pelicans. Those are two teams I do like for value. For a 6-game slate, there's a lot of good value today. It sucks because all the value plays are at guard, so you're gonna have to kind of make some tough decisions. You can't just play, or you can't play all these value guys because they all kind of play the same position. Like Kyra Lewis, Naismith, Peyton Pritchard, all these guys are guards. So you're gonna have to make some tough decisions. Plus, we have good guard plays at the top. You have Westbrook, you have Luka. There's the guys at the top that I like as well. Holy shit, Uncle Polly, 99.99 super chat, my man. Jesus Christ, $100 super chat from Uncle Polly. You didn't leave a message, but thank you, man. Thank you for that, for the super chat. Holy crap. Thank you for what you do. Keep it up. I appreciate that, Uncle Polly. I appreciate that, man. Holy crap. You do not have to donate, but thank you, Uncle Polly. Thank you, my man. I saw you messaged me on Patreon yesterday. It was asking about, how to donate. I appreciate that, man. You don't have to do that, but thank you for the support. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, guys, for a 6-game slate, we got a lot of value today. Just all the value is at one position, it seems like. First time I've been here since Malachi Flynn got me 1.7 fantasy points that night. I needed a break. What's up? Hey, Malachi Flynn. He was a good play last night. He's definitely had some bad nights whenever Van Vliet and Lowry have been out, but last night, basically the entire team was out last night. It was hard not to go to Malachi Flynn, and he kind of disappointed. He only had 28 DK points, but I still thought he was a really good play last night. Best center on Yahoo. I'm kind of looking at Capella if I can pay up for him. I like Capella for $34 on Yahoo. If you're going a little bit cheaper, I think Willie Hernan-Gomez for 17 still looks pretty good with Steven Adams out. I think Tristan Thompson's a decent cheap play as well. So that's kind of where I'm looking to at center, I think, on Yahoo. Trey or Harden, we'll have to wait and see what kind of limit Harden's going to be on. Harden hasn't played in a while. It's been almost a month or so since Harden's played. I assume he'll be on some sort of limit. So I doubt I pay up for Harden today, so definitely give me Trey there. Who you like better, Clint Capella or Trey Young? I feel like it's going to be easier to play Clint Capella just because, like I said, guard, there's a lot of good value I like at guard today. Kyra Lewis, Peyton Pritchard, Aaron Naismith. There's cheap options I like. Straight up, I prefer Trey Young, but I think, position-wise, Clint Capella might be easier to get to just because he's not a guard. And all the good value today is at guard, it seems like. Shooting guard, 4.9K and below. First guy that comes to mind would be Najee Marshall, Gabriel. I'd probably play Najee Marshall there. Nurkic or Drummond, if we know Anthony Davis is out, I might honestly side with Drummond there. But if Anthony Davis plays, I would take Nurkic most likely. No, you don't realize how much we appreciate you. You're actually a cool dude who is relatable and you don't lie about losing. I appreciate that, Didi. I appreciate that. I try and keep it real with you guys. I don't sit here and just, we all have losing days. Nobody wins every day in DFS. That's for sure. So Dame or Trey, I would prefer Trey. Trey's up there with Westbrook, with Tatum in terms of favorite studs. Mark Bray, $50 super chat. Jesus Christ, Mark, thank you, my man. He says, "Thanks, Noah. Appreciate you. Won $1,100 last night. I used all of your advice except Luka. Faded him and it paid off. I appreciate the $50 super chat, Mark. Congratulations on the big night, man. Thank you for the super chat. You don't have to donate. I tell you guys, like if you win money, please keep that. Like do not give it to me. But a lot of you are super nice, super generous. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Uncle Polly. Appreciate the donations, guys. But obviously it's not necessary, man. Thoughts on NAW? Yeah, I like NAW quite a bit. We're gonna have to wait and see what kind of minutes limit he's gonna be on if he is on one. Last two games since he's come back, he's played 21 and 24 minutes. Now that Lonzo's out, I think he plays like close to 30 minutes. He could play more. I mean, when he was fully healthy, he was getting like big minutes. He was playing like if I knew NAW was fully healthy, he would probably play like 38 minutes tonight. But given that he's coming back from an injury, I don't know if he's gonna play that much. But if we do find out that NAW is not on a minutes limit, I think at 6,200 he is definitely underpriced. I mean, this is a guy that can be super productive when he's on the floor. He's going to get all the usage without Ingram, without Lonzo, without Zion. I definitely like NAW today. Just we got to wait and see what kind of minutes limit he's going to be on if he is on one. With Harden back but limited, how does that affect your thoughts on KD? We'll have to wait and see if Kyrie plays. If Kyrie, KD, and Harden are all in, like I'm not going to play any of those Nets guys. Like if they're all playing, I'm just not going to go to any of them. But if Kyrie's out, then I definitely still like KD. Harden, I'm not going to play, like I said, because I think he'll be limited. But yeah, I would like KD if Kyrie's out. If Kyrie plays, I don't like any of the Nets, I don't think. Is Westbrook a lock again on Yahoo? I mean, he's a good play, I think. There's enough value on Yahoo. There's still guys that are underpriced there. It's pretty easy to get to Westbrook. I've already kind of built lineups, and it's very easy to fit him in. So, yeah, I do like Westbrook a lot. I mean, I like him on both sides. Now that we have more value, it's pretty easy to play Westbrook on both sides. NAW or Clarkson? If we know NAW is not limited, I'd rather play him. You think Luka will go off tonight? I mean, it's a good matchup. I mean, Luka's been so bad lately. He's a tough guy to roster right now just because of how inconsistent he's been, but it's a good matchup. I mean, he has upside for sure. But given this slate, I think I'd rather play Westbrook. I'd rather play Trae Young. Now that we know all these guys are out for Boston, I'd rather play Tatum. So, yeah, I don't think I'm playing Luka tonight, at least not in my one lineup. How many Pels is too many? I mean, you can probably play 3, maybe 4, but 4 kind of feels like too much. Probably 3. I think 3's good. Like, I could definitely see playing NAW, Kyra Lewis, and then maybe, like a James Johnson or something. But we do have other, the Celtics are a team that has value now, so I don't want to be playing like 4 or 5 Pelicans when there's other teams that, have value from them as well. How long do you think Westbrook will be? I mean, last slate he was like 90% owned in like the $100 single entry. I think today he'll probably be like 70%. He'll still be very popular, and I think he's, for good reason. I mean, Westbrook probably projects for like 70 DK points. I mean, he's gone for 80 in like 4 of his last 5. So I still think Westbrook's, even with the price coming up, he's still one of the best studs to pay up for. And with more value opening up right now, it's pretty easy to play him. Currently, he's in both my DK and Yahoo lineup. Just my dummy lineup, he's in both of them right now. Can you rank your Pels? I would say if NAW is not limited, he's my favorite. Trying to factor in price, I would put NAW number 1 if he's not limited. Probably put Kyra Lewis number 2, just given how cheap he is. I think he probably plays like 25 minutes off the bench. So I like Kyra Lewis for value. I like Bledsoe a little bit more. I would rather play NAW over Bledsoe if NAW is not limited. But probably number 1, NAW. Number 2, Kyra Lewis. Number 3, Bledsoe. And then 4 would be close between James Johnson or Najee Marshall. I think I'd give the edge to James Johnson, but it'd be close between those two. Definitely the guards, though. The guards are the ones I like the most. Najee Marshall and THT or James Johnson and Bertans. I'd probably play the first one there. Especially like if Caruso's out or if LeBron's out, I would definitely play the first one. Now, if Caruso and LeBron both play, then it makes it a bit risky to go THT. I honestly think I'd still rather have the first one there. Bertans, I mean, I hate playing Bertans. I haven't played him much at all this year. He just feels like one of those guys, anytime you play him, he just doesn't do anything. I mean, if he's not knocking down like 6 threes, he's going to disappoint. You probably already said this, but just got here. Would you still pay up for Westbrook? Yeah, I still think Westbrook's one of the best studs. I mean, even with the price coming up, he still projects, for probably 10, 15 more points than the next guy. Like, Westbrook's just, right now, he's on another level. Will Durant have a better game than Luka? I mean, if we know Kyrie's out, I'd rather play Durant over Luka if we know Kyrie's out. Or Brooklyn plays at 8, so we should get that news, before lock maybe. So yeah, I'd probably take Durant over Luka if Kyrie's out. They still said if Harden is limited yet. I don't think we know yet. I'd assume he'll be, given he hasn't played in like a month, but we'll see. I like Tatum a lot. I think Tatum might be one of my favorite studs right now. Just he's going to get all the usage from Boston. No Kimba, no Marcus Smart. I don't think Marcus Smart affects Tatum that much, but no Kimba, no Jaylen Brown. I mean, Tatum's going to dominate the usage. Him and Fournier, I think, are the two guys I like most from Boston, and then we can look to the value plays. Depending on who starts, a guy like Peyton Pritchard, Aaron Naismith could be potential value plays. If Kyrie is out, do you still like Bruce Brown? Not really, just because now that Harden is expected to play, Bruce Brown would be a good play if both Harden and Kyrie were out. But if Harden's in, I don't think I'm going to go to Bruce Brown. Worried about Brooklyn taking it easy on their stars tonight? I mean, that's always a worry, especially late in season on these back-to-backs. You just don't know if guys are going to play their full minutes. But I think Brooklyn still has something to play for. So, and plus, Kevin Durant didn't play massive minutes last night. He only played 32. I mean, I assume we get full minutes from KD, but I guess it is a little bit worried. Anytime you get a back-to-back, late season back-to-backs, it's always a worry that stars don't play their full minutes, or they don't push their stars like they normally would. Peyton Pritchard or Kyrie Thomas on Yahoo, I think they're both minimum salary. I'd probably rather play Kyrie Thomas just because he's minimum salary on Yahoo still. But on DraftKings, Peyton Pritchard's so much cheaper than Kyrie Thomas. So on DraftKings, I'd rather have Pritchard. On Yahoo, I'd rather have Thomas. Top pay-ups besides Tatum and Westbrook, probably Trae Young would be my third favorite. And then if Kyrie's out, I would probably say Kevin Durant, number 4. But yeah, Tatum and Westbrook, I think, are my 2 favorite studs right now. So is Harden supposed to play tonight, and do you think he will have a minutes limit? He's expected to play. Minutes limit, we don't know yet. I would assume he'll be limited, but we'll have to wait and see. What do you think? Westbrook, Naismith, Marshall, Rui, Hernan Gomez, NAW, Pritchard? I think that's fine, DD. I mean, Pritchard and Naismith are both so cheap that you can play those guys with Tatum, with Fournier, whoever. If you were playing Tatum if you were playing 5 Celtics, that'd probably be too much. But when you factor in how cheap Pritchard is, how cheap Naismith is, I mean, even if they get you 22 DK points apiece, that's still pretty good for their salaries. So I'm fine playing Pritchard, Naismith, Fournier, Tatum. I think you can play all 4 of those guys in the same lineup. Do you play postseason DFS? If so, will you continue videos? For sure. I'll be playing during the playoffs. I'll be making videos during the playoffs. At least till we get, once it gets down to just a 2-game slate every day, I don't know if I'll still be playing then. But yeah, I plan on making videos during the playoffs till we have small slates. Pretty much till the finals, I would say. Hey, Noah, thoughts on KCP tonight? I'm probably not going to KCP unless, LeBron or AD get ruled out. If the Lakers are fully healthy tonight, I really don't want to play any Lakers on this slate, I don't think. Plus, I mean, especially if they're fully healthy, they could just blow out this Houston team, and none of the stars play in the fourth quarter. The Lakers, unless we get news on the Lakers before lock, they're a tough team to really go heavy on if we don't know who's playing, who's not playing. Thoughts on building around Trae, Tatum, KJ Martin, and Hernan Gomez, Kyra Lewis? I mean, I think that's fine. KJ Martin, for me, we'll have to wait and see if Christian Wood plays. If Christian Wood plays, I'm not that high on KJ Martin, but if Christian Wood's out again, I think KJ Martin plays close to 40 minutes and would still be a good option. It's just tough because I don't know when we're going to get that news, given that's the last game of the night. Just looked at Boston. Fournier seems like a lock. I mean, yeah, Fournier's been playing really well. He had a really good game again last night. Now Kimba's out. Marcus Smart's out as well. I mean, you would expect Fournier to continue to play well. He should get a ton of opportunity with those guys off. So, yeah, Fournier, Tatum, I like both tonight. Tatum or Lillard? Give me Tatum. What's going on, Noah? You probably already said this, but what's the best value place today? I mean, like I said earlier, a lot of the value is at guard. I'm looking at guys like Peyton Pritchard, Kyra Lewis, Aaron Naismith. Really just Boston and New Orleans are the 2 teams I like for value-wise, because they're the teams that are the most short-handed right now. I would say Peyton Pritchard is probably my favorite value, especially if he's we've seen Pritchard be productive when when Smart's out, when Jaylen Brown's out, when Kimba's out, when all those guys are out. Pritchard can actually be productive, so he's the guy I think I like most on value-wise. 3,100 on DK. Forward 4K and under. Let me see. I mean, the first guy that comes to mind would be Aaron Naismith. You can play him at small forward. So yeah, probably him. Honestly, he's 3,200. Probably Aaron Naismith. Thoughts on Olynyk? I mean, I think Kelly Olynyk's viable. I would only consider him if Christian Wood's out. Like if Christian Wood plays, I'm not going to go to Kelly Olynyk. But again, like I just don't know when we're going to get that news. So basically, if you do play Kelly Olynyk, you just cross your fingers and hope that Christian Wood's going to be out. LeBron's unlikely to play. Did we just get that? Oh wow, LeBron's unlikely to play. So that definitely changes things now. So now that LeBron's unlikely to play, we'll have to wait and see who actually. Like if we know LeBron's out and Caruso's out, I mean I would love THT, but does Caruso play? He's questionable. I have no idea. Does AD play? I have no idea. Like this could if there was ever a game for the Lakers to just like rest everybody, I mean this would be the game. I know the Lakers need to win right now. Like they want to win so they can not be in the play-in tournament. But I feel like even if they sit LeBron and AD today, like they could still probably beat this Rockets team. So like if we get LeBron and AD both out, then yeah, I love a lot of these Lakers. Caruso, Kuzma, THT, like I would like all these guys. It's just so tough because it's a 10:30 game and I just have no idea when we're going to get news on AD or Caruso. But now that LeBron's out, that makes things interesting for sure. I wonder what happened. It says he's unlikely to make his return tonight against the Rockets. I guess it's probably just because they're playing the Rockets and they just don't need him. I mean, this Rockets team is so bad. That makes me kind of think they're going to sit AD too. Like, they don't need AD to beat this Rockets team. Best contrarian stud play? I mean, I would say, like, I know I just said it, but if AD plays, he's a good contrarian option. Like, nobody's going to play AD tonight, especially if he's questionable. And if AD plays and he plays his full minutes, I mean, he could absolutely smash. I have no idea if AD plays or not. But now that LeBron's unlikely to play, obviously that's huge for Anthony Davis. That's a big boost for him if he plays. Any Rockets tonight sucks it's a late game because I'm thinking a good play will open. Smart to have a late swap or no. I mean, you can definitely play a couple Rockets, and then, you know, depending, like, if the Lakers guys get ruled out, then you can just swap to some of the Lakers. Like, so if you have, I don't know, if you have, like, a Kelly Olynyk and like a 5K guy, like, if you have, like, a Kelly Olynyk and a KJ Martin, maybe you could, like, say Caruso gets ruled out, you could swap KJ Martin to, like, THT, and then, you know, maybe you could upgrade to AD or something. I don't know. But, yeah. If you play a couple Rockets, it at least makes a little bit more sense now because if things don't go your way there, you can maybe swap to some Lakers depending on if guys get ruled out on the Lakers side. What was your lineup last night? Did you win? I did not have a good night last night. On DK, I didn't even have a chance. I played Jimmy Butler on DK as like a last guy in, and Jimmy Butler got hurt. So, yeah, I had zero chance on DK last night. I'll pull up my lineup, though, and read it out just so you guys can hear. 244. Terrible. I had Malachi Flynn, Gary Trent, Jimmy Butler, Domantas Sabonis, Dwight Howard, Ben Simmons, Brandon Clark, Xavier Tillman. You know, we talked about Xavier Tillman, Brandon Clark. I like them a lot for value. Once we got the news that Joel Embiid was out, that put me on Dwight Howard, that put me on Ben Simmons. Sabonis I really liked regardless. I liked him even more once Embiid got ruled out. Gary Trent just had a terrible shooting night. I mean, just super unfortunate. He only had 18 DK points. But Flynn talked about really the guy that killed me. I mean, it was Trent and Butler. I mean, Trent and Jimmy Butler were the two guys that killed me. And Jimmy Butler getting hurt. I mean, once I saw that Butler got injured, I knew my night was over. What kind of ownership do you think Tatum will see tonight? He'll probably be like 30 to 40% if I had to guess. Like in the big $20, 100K to first, he'll probably be like 30 to 40% if I had to guess. Is four Celtics, Naismith, Fournier, Tatum, and Pritchard too many Celtics? I think that's fine for now, Jeff. It depends on, I mean, like if we get news on the Lakers, if AD and Caruso get ruled out from the Lakers, or if AD's out, there's going to be a lot of good plays from the Lakers in that case. So then I probably wouldn't be as heavy on the Celtics. But the thing is, we have no idea if those Lakers guys are going to be in or out before lock. So I think for now it's fine to play 3 or 4 Celtics. I mean, my dummy lineup on DK I'm pretty sure it has all 4 of those guys in it. Would you play Mike James if Irving's out? Probably not. Especially since Harden's back. Like with Harden in, that kind of takes me off everyone except the studs. Really, if Kyrie's out, I think the only guy I'm considering on Houston or on Brooklyn's going to be KD. Would you play Jordan Clarkson or Sexton? Between the two, I'd rather have Sexton, but neither one are like priorities for me. There's other guys I'd rather play on this slate. What about Najee Marshall, Durant, and James Johnson for forward on Yahoo? I think that's fine. Me personally, I think I'd rather play Tatum over Durant, unless we get news Kyrie's out. Then you could maybe play Durant, but Marshall and James Johnson, I like both those guys on Yahoo. If you go with Westbrook, can you fit in other studs in your lineup? I mean, there's enough value. I think you could probably do it. My dummy lineup on DK has Westbrook and Tatum in it, so I think you can play Westbrook with other studs. We have value. We've already talked about guys I like for value. Is Drummond in play now? I don't know if LeBron being out really impacts Drummond that much, but if AD's out, then yeah, I definitely like Drummond. Drummond's been so inconsistent with the Lakers, but he got good minutes last night, and he was really productive. I would expect that if AD's out as well, like that definitely secures Drummond for 30-plus minutes. It makes it a bit risky, though, if Anthony Davis plays. Does Drummond play 30 minutes again? I really don't know. But I would feel good he gets the minutes if AD's out. Thoughts on Poeltl against Brooklyn? Yeah, I think Poeltl's a good mid-range center option. Him and Rui are kind of the two guys I'm looking at center. Rui's center eligible. I still like Rui a good amount with Beal out. But yeah, Poeltl, good matchup. We've always targeted centers against Brooklyn. I think Poeltl's definitely in play. He's a little bit too cheap on DK, for sure. I had Butler poke in the eye. Yeah, I was watching the game. I saw him get hit in the face. And I mean, he got injured like right before halftime. I figured after halftime he'd be out there. But once the third quarter started and Butler wasn't out there, I knew my night was over. Normally, if a guy gets injured right before halftime and he doesn't come out to start the third quarter, he's probably not going to come back. So I knew once Butler wasn't out there in the third quarter, I knew he was done. Favorite play under 4,300 on DK. Also, do you like Augustine tonight? I still do like Augustine, but there's other values I prefer now. Peyton Pritchard I like for cheaper. Aaron Naismith I like for cheap. Kyra Lewis I like. So I think there's other guys I prefer over Augustine, but Augustine's definitely still viable. And then favorite play under 4,300. I mean, the first guy that comes to mind would be one of those guys I just mentioned, like a Peyton Pritchard, probably the guy I'd go to. Trent is garbage. That's why I never play him. He shoots a lot, but isn't it good at all? Yeah, he just had a really bad shooting night. I mean, he shot like 3 for 15 or 3 for 16. Dude couldn't make a shot last night. And I know that's the risk rostering Gary Trent. If he doesn't knock down shots, he's not going to get there. And he couldn't make a shot last night. With LBJ Bagwell, well, LBJ just got ruled out. Sounds stupid. If somebody gets injured, then it's how you're going to be mad at them for them. I mean, I don't get mad. Obviously nobody wants to, when you play DFS, you're going to have days where you get, you roster a guy and he gets injured. But it's not like I'm, text or freaking tweeting at Jimmy Butler calling him a pussy. I mean, I'm not going to do that. Sure, I'll get mad and I'll say stuff to myself, but I'm not going to tweet at a player or, try and do that. I mean, if you do that, you're stupid, but It's obviously it's frustrating. Nobody wants to lose money because you roster a guy that gets injured. It's just part of the game, though. Okoro seems to be shooting more. Any interest? Not really. They got Kevin Love back. Jetty Osman could play. Cleveland was super short-handed last game, but they're getting some guys back today. So I don't think I'm really going to be on many Cavs on this slate when we have better value opening up. LeBron just tweeted. What did he say? Oh, I just saw it. Getting close, but I won't be in the lineup tonight. But more importantly, I will be there to put that championship banner in the rafters at Staples Centers in front of our fans. That's what I like to hear. Let's go, LBJ. How many minutes you think Harden is getting tonight? My best guess is probably 25 to 30. I'd be surprised if he plays 38 minutes. So if Harden's only going to play 25, 30 minutes, I mean, he's not rosterable. You just can't play him. I'd be very surprised if, right out of the gate, they just play Harden 40 minutes. I just don't think that's going to happen. Rui is a lock for me, especially because he is center eligible. Yeah, that definitely makes him a lot easier to roster. Center, I would say center, there's plenty of center options, but given that you can play Rui at center, that makes him super appealing because I do like Tatum power forward. I like KJ Martin if Wood's out, he's power forward. I like James Johnson, he's a power forward. So being able to roster Rui at center definitely makes him appealing. Bogdan off the Hawks as complement of two other studs and a discount off of Trae Young. I mean, I'm really not looking at Bogdan on the slate. Like when the Hawks are fully healthy, I just don't really play Bogdan. I played him a lot when Trae Young was out, but I just don't think it's 7,300. I'm not going to Bogdan on this slate. I don't think. You like Dean Wade? I mean, I was high on Dean Wade last slate. He was super chalky, but now that Kevin Love's back, Jetty Osman could play. The Cavs are going to have more bodies tonight, so I don't think I'm playing Dean Wade. There's better value in my opinion. If the Cavs only had like 9 bodies again, like they did last game, I would still like Dean Wade, but that's not the case. DeRozan or CJ McCollum? I'd probably take DeRozan there. If you made me choose between those two, I'd probably take DeRozan. I mean, good matchup against Brooklyn, so I'd probably give the edge to DeRozan. Guys, if you got any last-minute questions, throw them in the chat. We'll be live for just a few more minutes. Wrap up the stream here shortly, but as always, I do appreciate you guys tuning in. Mark, Uncle Polly, huge super chats from you guys. I appreciate that as well if y'all are still in here. Thank you for the super chats today, guys. You guys are super generous, man. We always got those guys in here that try to start drama. I mean, yeah. I mean, I see what he's saying. Like, I'm not gonna get mad at a player if he gets injured. If I roster a guy and he gets injured, I'm not gonna freaking like tweet at the dude and tell him he's a pussy or anything. But some people do that, and that's just stupid. Good luck tonight, Noah. Good luck to you as well, my man Patrick. Good luck to you as well. Thanks for your help, Noah. Sure thing, Coach Slash. Sure thing, my man. Hit the like button. Yeah, guys, hit the like button real quick. We're going to wrap up the stream here shortly, but if you have not yet, hit that like button. Najee Marshall, James Johnson, or Fournier. I would definitely lean Fournier there, Mark, especially now that Kimba's out, Smart's out. Fournier's the guy I would take there. I already liked Fournier to begin with, and now I just like him even more with all their starters out, basically. Westbrook, Kyrie, Fournier, Tatum, Rui, Pritchard, THT, NAW. I think that's pretty solid for now, Jason. Pretty solid for now. THT for me, I would want Caruso to be out to go to THT, but I think he'd still be viable, especially now that we know LeBron's out as well. I would feel better about him, though, if Caruso sits. Thoughts on Houston, guys? I mean, it's tough to have a ton of confidence in really anyone from Houston right now just because we don't know who's playing. But, like, Kyrie Thomas, if you play on Yahoo, Kyrie Thomas is still minimum salary, so I do like him there, regardless of who plays or not. But, like, KJ Martin, I'm only going to go to KJ Martin if Christian Wood's out. If Christian Wood plays, I have no interest in KJ Martin, so it's tough, man. Same with the Lakers side. There's going to be guys that are viable on the Lakers if AD gets ruled out, but I just don't know when we're going to get that news. Like, that late game could have a lot of good plays depending on how news breaks. Value small forward on Yahoo. I mean, Najee Marshall's the first guy that comes to mind. He's still really cheap on Yahoo. I would definitely say Najee Marshall. Good luck, everyone. Let's cash. Hey, let's get it, baby. Let's get it. DeRozan and Pritchard or McCollum and Marshall on Yahoo. That's close, Darren. Probably say McCollum and Marshall. But yeah, that is super close. That's a coin flip, honestly, because I think DeRozan and McCollum project pretty similarly. I think Marshall projects a little bit better than Pritchard, so I think that's why I'd give the edge to the Marshall side. Thanks, brother. Time to secure the bag. Good luck, fellas. Hey, good luck to you as well, Jason. Sorry, left for a bit. Is Drummond a good play? I mentioned it earlier. Drummond played like 30 minutes last night. I have no idea if he's going to get those minutes again. If Anthony Davis were to get ruled out, he's currently questionable. If he gets ruled out, I would like Drummond a lot, but I just don't know when we're going to get news on Anthony Davis. If Drummond play or if Anthony Davis plays, I think it just makes Drummond like an okay option. Because we've just seen kind of his minutes will fluctuate. Some nights he'll play 20 minutes, some nights he'll play 30. Just you don't really know. But the matchup's good. If he does get 30 minutes, I mean, Drummond could smash again for sure. Favorite center on Yahoo? I mean, Clint Capella I like a lot at the top if you can fit him. But, for a little bit cheaper, you could go to like Jakob Poeltl. I like him on Yahoo. I like Willie Hernan-Gomez still. If we know Anthony Davis is out, I would like Drummond. But yeah, I think Capella is my favorite center on Yahoo if you can fit him. Jason Tatum and Bruce Brown or Trae Young and Najee Marshall. Give me Trae Young and Najee Marshall. Marshall or Rui. That's super close. I think I'd give the edge to Rui. Rui burned me last slate. I mean, he didn't burn me, but he didn't have that great of a game. But I still do like Rui today. So I think I'd go Rui there, but that's close. Saw Joe Harris is out. Yeah, Joe Harris is out. I don't know if that impacts too much. We'll have to wait and see what they do with the starting lineup. My best guess is like Landry Shamet will start, but if KD's in, if Harden's in, Landry Shamet not going to get much usage and not going to be that productive. You think it's necessary to have Westbrook in your lineup to be in the money, especially with Beal out. I mean, I said it at the beginning of the day, like, if there wasn't going to be a lot of value, I probably wasn't going to play Westbrook. But now that we have more value opening up, I think it's pretty easy to play Westbrook. He's someone that I definitely like. I mean, right now, Westbrook's floor is just so much higher than anyone else. Like, Westbrook, like, even if Westbrook has a bad game, he's probably still going to get you like 55. And if he has a good game, he can go for 80, 90, like he did last time. So Westbrook is, even with the price up, he's still a top stud in my opinion. Thoughts on Kevin Durant? I said it earlier. For me, as long as Harden's out, or as long as Kyrie's out, I think KD's a good option. But if Kyrie plays, if Harden's in, like if all the big studs are in for Brooklyn, if they all play, I'm not going to go to any of them. But depending on who's out, like if Kyrie's out, I think Harden, if he's not limited, would be okay. I'd probably prefer KD though. It's just a wait and see for me on if Kyrie plays or not. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap up the stream here. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always, man. Should be an interesting little 6-game slate. Excited to see how this goes. We'll definitely be back again tomorrow with another stream for Thursday. Not sure how many games we have Thursday, but we'll be wrapping up the season here shortly. Season ends on Sunday. After Sunday, I'll still be making videos, still be putting up streams and stuff. We'll still be streaming during the playoffs. We'll have to wait and see what the playoff schedule is. Like, I don't know if they're going to do games during the day or not or what, but yeah. Should be an interesting slate tonight, guys. Appreciate you watching. Best of luck as always. Appreciate you being here. Good luck, fellas.